Hello, Internet. My name is Roro, and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone's having a good day. This week, I wanted to talk about something that I've been thinking about often recently. It's something that I've implemented into my life, and it's only doing things that I would want other people to know that I've done. And this has helped me deal with a lot of shame that has built up over the years, which causes a negative self image and a low self esteem or no self esteem. So I just wanted to talk about this concept a little bit, how it's benefited me. And yeah, let's get into it. So when I say only do things that you would want other people to know that you did, I don't mean share every single thing you've ever done in your life with people. I mean, there are certain things that maybe it's not appropriate or necessary to share, but if it was to come out and people were to find out that you have done that, you would feel confident in defending your action. This seems pretty obvious, and most people aren't doing horrible things that they don't want people to know about. But there's little things that people do that add up, and you may not even realize it. For example, I smoke weed every single day. I have for a really long time, and it helps me a lot with my mental issues and just kind of coping with life and getting through the day. I don't have a lot of other vices. I don't drink, I don't do any other drugs. Um, and again, I'm already trying to defend myself because I'm so used to doing that in my head because I used to carry a lot of guilt and a lot of shame that I had to smoke regularly in order to be normal. And in a way, that is true. I should be able to cope with life without any substances or mind altering whatever. But at this point in my life, that's not realistic. I tried not smoking for 3 weeks and it was fine for the most part, but my anger issues started to come back. I realized that now I'm dealing with a lot of things in my life, like life stresses that I don't want to fully get into in this video, but basically you kind of have to compartmentalize things sometimes and realize even if you have something that's going on in your life that's an issue, you don't have to always deal with it right away. Sometimes you kind of have to just leave it for a little bit and come back to it when you're mentally stronger and able to confront it full on instead of just half doing it and not succeeding and then feeling down about it. And morally and all that kind of stuff, I don't have any problem with weed. So I basically had to admit to myself and confront it yes, maybe eventually I would like to stop smoking weed, but right now I genuinely don't think that it's harming me in any way, except for physically, but that's it is what it is at that point. That's not my issue. And I had to just be like, yeah, I smoke weed. It is what it is, and kind of move on. And that has helped me a lot. And honestly, in a lot of ways, it's less about not doing things and more about standing behind the things that you are currently doing or checking in with yourself and seeing where you're at. If there's something that is constantly happening that you don't feel comfortable with and you wouldn't want people to know because it would make you feel some sort of shame or bring negative feelings toward yourself, something you got to consider and kind of check out and most likely cut it out of your life in some way. Another example I'll give that I still deal with to this day is I have a partner. We live together. We've been together for almost 10 years, and they're super supportive of everything I do. They're really great, and they want me to do what I want to do. They want me to be happy, and they want me to succeed. But I always feel bad when I'm working on something that's really only for me when they're around and we could be hanging out. But a lot of the times they're doing their own thing too. So it's not necessary for me to feel that way. And this isn't something that I'm doing that is a problem. This is me placing shame and guilt unnecessarily onto things that I am doing that I honestly should be doing more of. So that's also a part of what I'm trying to get across. There's probably a lot of things that I do that I apply shame and guilt to unnecessarily, and I don't even fully realize it. And that's why I'm partially making this video, is to kind of get this idea out and see where I'm at. And this also definitely applies to talking about other people, not to their face, but to other people, like talking shit or gossiping or whatever. Yeah, maybe there's certain things that you don't feel the need to directly confront with somebody, and maybe it's not necessary to go there, and you want to talk about it with somebody who would understand and relate and potentially agree with you. But for me personally, I try not to ever say anything about somebody that I wouldn't say to their face if they confronted me about it. Like if you're saying things about somebody to other people and then that person finds out and confronts you and you lie or you try to get out of it somehow, that's on you. You got to be able to confront that shit if it comes down to it, especially if it's something that you feel passionately about and if the person is being harmful to others, like if you're just judging them for superficial reasons, then you're just an asshole. And if you don't want to confront that to their face, then you're just a weak person in my opinion. But you don't have to be confrontational, but I would suggest, and this is what I try to do, just be okay with what you're saying about others, because if it comes back to you, you should confront it head on and admit to it and potentially have a conversation with that person that maybe you didn't want to have, didn't expect to have, but it may end up being helpful. Maybe that person will learn from it and then they'll change, or their reaction will be telling and you can cut them out of your life. It seems harsh, but that's what happens. So what I'm basically trying to do, I've been in this process, but I'm really focusing on it more now, is anytime I feel guilt or shame, I try to check in with myself and be like, why am I feeling this? Is this a valid feeling? Do I need to let this go or do I need to change my behaviors? And ridding myself of unnecessary guilt and shame has made me such a more confident person in general. Even communicating with people, I don't feel like uncomfortable being myself as much as I once was because I'm living my true self to the best of my ability at the time. There's always room for improvement. There's definitely things that I want to do that I'm not currently doing, such as eating slightly healthier, reading more books, drinking more water. They seem easy, but to actually change your lifestyle completely, it can be difficult. So, luckily, the things that I'm working on now seem very simple and basic, and I'm very grateful for that because there was a time in my life where my mental health was getting so in the way of my existence that I had to focus all of my energy on getting healthy in that way. So now things are a little bit more trivial, and I actually like that because everything doesn't seem so dramatic. But maybe that's just my personal experience. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I put a new video out every Sunday. I'm streaming on Twitch more. If you guys go on Twitch, if you use the platform, check the link in the description. Just give me a follow. I don't have a schedule, but I promise if you guys like these videos, you'll like my streams. You can talk to me directly. I play video games just like on this channel. I make music, which I also play at the end of every video on this channel. So I feel like it's just a little bit of a more direct insight into me, and you can ask me questions there. I also have a Discord server that is in the early works, but if you want to come say hi there, that's cool. I'm going to start building up a community there, hopefully. Yeah, so enjoy the music. I'll see you guys next week.